Hi, this is Rob Hopkins here, and I'm here with my friend Cyril Dion, and we are going to just spend a couple of minutes welcoming into the world the French edition of From What Is to What If, which is called ainsi, which Cyril has a copy of, which I don't have a copy of yet, but it looks rather lovely. And we just had a couple of minutes to, firstly, to celebrate its arrival in the world, but also just to share a little story about the beginnings of this book when Cyril came to Totnes. Do you want to pick the story?
Yeah, actually, I came to Totnes, I think it was January 2018. We were talking about the project of a new movie, and we were at the pub, and you were mentioning the fact that you were thinking about a book about imagination, asking me if it was a good idea. And I said, yes, of course, it is. So why did you write this book in the first time? What was your idea about it?
Well, I kept reading lots of people who I really admired, people like Naomi Klein and Bill McKibben, who kept saying climate change is a failure of the imagination. And something about that phrase just really stuck with me and really got under my skin. The idea that in 2019, 2020, when we're experiencing so many enormous challenges, the idea that underneath all of that, our imaginative capacity might not be strong enough was something that really kind of stayed with me and propelled me through the whole time of doing the research, and actually kind of got more and more under my skin as I went on, as I kept speaking to neuroscientists who would say, I'd say, do you think we have a crisis of the imagination? And they'd say, no, I don't think so. And then we'd have a conversation, and then about halfway through, they'd stop me and say, when you said that thing about a crisis of the imagination, what did you mean? And I'd say about what my thinking was, and they'd say, yeah, I think actually you might be right. So it felt like something that was really a really important inquiry.
But that's something you've been thinking of for a long time, because I remember the part you are in Demain, and you were just saying that, which struck me at the time. You were saying we have so many stories telling how the human race would disappear, and whether it's like gremlins or aliens or nuclear bombs and so on, but we have no stories telling us how we could organize the world differently, how we could have this world where we would solve the climate crisis and the biodiversity crisis and so on. And to me, that's one of the huge problem of the time. How can you tell people to come with you and to build a movement that could change the world if you don't even point a direction? You don't tell them where you want to go. You just say, okay, what we're doing is terrible, so we should do less of that. And since we're living in a world where you want more and more and more and more, when you tell people, well, we should have less of everything, less of all the things you like. Oh, great. Thank you, man. We just want to go with you. But you don't give them an alternative narrative that could be empowering, and that could lead you to think that the future could be something really different, but maybe better. And that's what we have in your book. You have so many stories about people that are trying to reinvent the way they live, and their quality of life is better.
Wonderful, thank you. So it is. So thank you very much for that conversation in the pub. Without it, this book would have been very, very different. So Actes Sud are publishing ainsi from today, available in all good bookshops in the French-speaking world. Go and grab one today. Thank you, Cyril.
Allez dans vos librairies indépendantes pour en acheter un.
Parfait.